Hi guys, I'm back again with another video. On this video, guys, I just want to be talking strictly about some of the things that most people really be struggling with, right? And also, guys, I want to share with you that I got a new book. This one, Rich Dad's Guide to Investing. So as you can see, it's white on the side. And then last year, I also bought this one, which is Rich Dad, Poor Dad, man, just for some knowledge, man. And trading and personal finances and also learning about money, they are just so related. Like the way it's so related to your life generally, because some of the things that you apply in your life need to also be applied on your trading journey, right? If you're really serious about making it. So I got this one yesterday. It's just for me to learn, man, about investing. Initially, the plan was to buy it like next year, but then I thought, nah, why wait? We need to always start now because I'm already thinking about next year, right? Because this year is already done. So for me, just trying to have a tradition or some type of way whereby around this time, same year, we already start planning for the next year. We can only just hope for the best, man. But yeah, I'm just gonna put this one aside. So the whole point of this video, guys, is just to talk about, man, how you can deal with losses because losses can really be a daunting thing one can experience, especially if the mindset is not yet developed to that extent that whereby you can always try to find a positive in a negative situation. And losing money is not a nice thing, of course. So it is in that regard that I thought, you know what, let me just make this video because someone out there may relate and also start maybe applying some of the things that I'll be talking about here. So without any further waste of time, let's get to the first point. So as usual, guys, please don't mind me if I keep looking down because I learned the thing of journaling and writing things down. So most of the times I think on paper. So I've written these things down. So please just bear with me and don't be distracted by the fact that I'll be looking down here. So the first thing, guys, that you need to do in order to deal with losses or the fear of missing out is just having an entry criteria. So I believe that you've heard me talking about this in my previous videos that, before you enter a trade, right? In order for you to not feel compelled and rushed in order to enter at that particular time, you need to have a set of entry criteria as to what is it that you're looking for that will tell you that I should buy now or I should sell now. So in other words, it's like that saying that people often say that wait for the market to come to you and not chase it. So when you have an entry criteria, you're basically having it's like back in high school, essays and everything, how things are marked. There is a criteria whereby some of the things that you write, they need to meet in order for it to be granted that particular mark or not to get it, right? So it's the same thing in Forex, guys, that you just need to. All right, guys. So as I was saying, just have your entry criteria. Because for me, you literally see that on my videos that I always talk about how I look for my pin bars, bullish engulfing, certain types of patterns, because those are the things that allow me to be able to say I'm gonna buy now or I'm not gonna sell now. So you need to put that into place for yourself. All right. Right. So let's move on now to the second one, guys. The fear of missing out. So this is an emotion that most of us experience. I don't blame anyone. We are human beings. Emotions are just part of who we are. Can never certainly take them away. Okay. So when we're speaking about the issue of patience, of fear of missing out, just be patient, guys. So now, for example, if you have an entry criteria, then you need to be able to develop that sense of being patient and letting the market to come to you, because most of the times I realized, even from my mistakes, that you see that some of the trades that you got wrong or ended up went into losses, it's just those type of trades where you would have just waited, you know what I mean, just letting the market give you that go ahead, and then so that it can actually validate you or invalidate you. So when you find yourself experiencing that fear of missing out, because sometimes, guys, when you experience those emotions, it's probably a sign that there's something not right that you are not doing, that that you should be doing. Okay. But if it's just you without doing everything else right, but you just fear missing that particular trade out. Then another thing that you can do, guys, is setting alerts for yourself. So at least now you can have Trading View on your phone where you can set the alerts so that if the market reaches a certain price, it can be able to notify you so that you can act based on that, instead of just looking at the market and thinking that I'm going to miss this and all of that. So just try to set alerts, have that into criteria, because this is more like a build up from the previous point because they are so much related. Okay, so let's move on now to the third thing, guys, that you can do in order to deal with the fear of missing out or with the dealing with losses. So another thing, guys, is greed. You know, sometimes it's not that your trades are wrong. It's not that something went all the way wrong, but the market gave you money, or your trades went into profits, but for some reasons you felt that you can always get a little bit more. So there's nothing wrong with that if you see that, okay, the market still has potential to continue being buy or to continue being sells. But what could be the remedy to that? So the remedy that I feel like it is best is setting targets. So if you have a specific amount of money in your trading account, then you need to be able to say how much, to decide how much do you want to make per month, and then you break that into smaller steps, into days, weeks, and a month. So that means that if you set targets, then you're basically working according to a rule to say that my daily target when I'm trading is just to make it 2,000. Let's say maybe let's say you want to make like 8,000 per month. So I'm assuming that since we have 4 months, so in a week you need to make 2,000. So yeah, guys, I'm not sure how much is it gonna be like per day. So per day, guys, we just need to make those calculations so that you can see how much you can make per day in order to make what you need to make per week, and then see if you made how much you need to make per week so that you can make what you can make in a month. So this also goes back to something that I've read about in the book, The Compound Effect, that take the smaller steps because eventually they will lead up to something big. So you need to understand that fundamental principle, guys, okay? So the remedy to greed is setting targets. So the remedy to fear of missing out is having an entry criteria, right? And also being able to develop that patience necessary for you to allow the market to come to you and not chasing it. And then a remedy to the entire topic of this video is just having an entry criteria, right? Set of rules that are into place that I will buy when I say this, I will buy when I see that. So it leads me now to the fourth point, is how to deal with uncertainty, right? Because all these things contribute to losses and fear of missing out in 2 words. So if you analyze or go into the markets, guys, and then the market is just moving in a way that's unclear to you, it's simple. There's no market activity for you. There's nothing for you to do there. Stay away. Take some time away from your laptop or your phone and then come back to reanalyze, right? But if you still see the same thing, it simply means that there's not much going on, because the market does that. Particularly if you can notice, if you really have a good understanding of the pairs, like the major pairs, the pairs that have the US dollar in them, you definitely understand what I'm talking about. Because sometimes when there are news events, high news event ahead, they tend to stall, consolidate, and then that's where that's where your patience gets tested quite a lot. I really know that I've experienced it myself. So if the market is uncertain, it's unclear, it's choppy, it's doing funny things, just the best thing is to stay away, because what that does, it also saves you from blowing your account. It also saves you from the fear of missing out. It also saves you from all the type of emotions that you experience during the time when you are trading, right? So the last one, guys, I'm just going to combine everything else: the testing, affirming to yourself, and developing trading rules. So guys, you need to set the rules for yourself. It can be risk management rules, it can be rules for entries. So for example, having rules on your risk management, it can be something like you're not risking more than 2% of your trading account. You do not add to your losses, okay? If you like your trades are in losses, even if you see a potential, you don't add to those losses, because they will end up accumulating and end up blowing your account. And then affirmations, guys. So affirming to yourself is you're trying to hack your mind into something that you want to achieve or want to do, such that it becomes part of you. So writing is really something that I enjoy doing, and it helps me with that. So for example, you could write something like, I am patient and waiting for my trades to come to you. I plan my trades and I trade my plan. So those type of things, because if you just say them into your mind only, not written down, the chances that are not going, chances are that thing will happen as slim, right? But if you write it with energy and emotion, then the more chances that they will happen. Okay. Then the last thing that I'm talking about is training rules, guys. So it all just combines. What I'm talking about is having a set of rules that will guide your behavior. You know, rules are not nice to be set anyway at home or whatever. But the nice thing about the rules is that they are more like a way that guide your behavior. So I'm just gonna stop it there, guys. I hope you liked and enjoyed this video. So if you did enjoy and like this video, please just do me a favor, hit the thumbs but like button, subscribe if you haven't, thank you if you have. I will most definitely see you guys on the next video.